Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Egld token, which is Elrond's native token. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Also, feel free to check out the previous update before watching this one so that you have more context. And I do want to mention the two donation links I have down below in the description. If you want to support Ukraine, feel free to do so. Go over to one of the official websites. You can donate to the Ukrainian refugees or to Ukraine's military. And thank you all for the support. Thank you all for understanding. And thank you all for donating. Now, jumping into the daily chart. So this chart is from Binance on TradingView. As you can see, we have a Fibonacci retracement set up over here, with this being the swing low and this being the swing high. So we created an impulsive move here. We did break above the first fib level, then we would start targeting the 77.6 price tag, which was the 1.618 fib level. But then we ended up dropping back down all the way to the golden ratio, which is the most important fib level out of all. It has the most support and the most resistance. So in this case, it held us as support, and we started another impulsive move, but we didn't quite get there, and we potentially just created a lower high, which is a bearish signal because this just means that we are in a continuous downtrend still, because you have lower highs, continuous lower highs, and continuous lower lows, which is basically just a downtrend. Okay, and as you can see, the white trend lines here represent a falling wedge that we are in. Now, it was simply a channel in the last video, a channel down pattern, but I did move the white trend line slightly to the upside here. So it was like this, but I did move it slightly above because, as you can see, we do get a nice touch over here, and we do get a nice touch of resistance over here, and we do get another touch of support over here. So what happened here is we lost the support, we back tested as resistance, you came back down to the 382 fib level here at $45, then you had an impulsive move back into the pattern, and now you're back testing the support of the pattern, and now you're back testing the resistance of the pattern. So I do think this is a falling wedge rather than a channel down pattern, and we are back in the wedge, and potentially you could see yourself come all the way down here to the 0.5, 0.382 on the fib retracement. And we do have this yellow support trend line, which I do think if we lose, we are definitely going all the way down to the golden ratio, at least at $49 or $50. As you can see, we've held this level multiple times. We had wicks to this level, and each time we bounced from this level, we had to move to the upside. So here we are getting squeezed up in between the 786 fib level over here. We're getting squeezed in between the yellow trend line, the resistance of the falling wedge, and the 20 EMA here. So a lot of things, adding into the pressure, and sooner or later something's gonna give, and we either drop down or we pump to the upside. With the way Bitcoin's looking right now, I wouldn't think that we are going to pump unless we get some, bullish news for Elrond. Otherwise, I do think we can target $50 here for a nice entry, and below that, you could even look all the way down to $45 here at the 0.382 fib level. Now, obviously, if we see a capitulation, you could see Elrond drop even lower. For example, we can see a support level here at $42.25, which is the 0.236, and we have the swing low over here, the local swing low at $38. So that is another level that you want to target. Okay, and if we indeed start pumping and we start breaking the resistance of the falling wedge, the resistance of this first fib level, which is the local high that we have here of the fib retracement, and we're going to be targeting $77 here. But in order to get there, obviously we have multiple resistance levels like the 55 EMA, the 1.414, the 1.272, but that hasn't happened yet. But I'm letting you know that that's something that we can be targeting. And if you want to switch your fib retracement, you can do that as well. You can switch the high to this one, okay, and just continue on from there. But I don't really like doing that. I like sticking with the fib that I have, and this is the fib that I have. I have the swing low, I have the swing high here, and I go on from there. And once I get to the 1.618 target, I usually start a new fib. But yeah, that's regarding the price action. If we jump into the daily RSI here, the green trend lines represent a descending wedge or a descending triangle here. And as you can see, we ran into resistance here once again. We've done that twice before. I can't get the brush. What is going on here? We've done that twice before, over here and over here. And this is our third time, meeting the resistance of this green trend line. Below, we have a white support trend line, which I think corresponds to the yellow trend line over here. But if we manage to lose the yellow trend line, I would assume we would lose the white trend line on the RSI. And in that case, I would simply be looking to buy in after we lose it. So if you come back down here, you see a bounce, you can put some buy limit orders in and get some more Elrond tokens. But if you see yourself lose the level, then you can buy some more down below here, because the closer you are to the oversold, the better your position is, the less risk you're taking. And of course, if you dump all the way down into the oversold here below the index of 30, this is a very good opportunity to buy more Elrond tokens, because each time you are in the oversold, as you can see, you do have a strong impulsive move to the upside. So even if you're looking for a short-term trade, this is a very smart, thing buying in the oversold, because you can simply buy and maybe a couple of weeks later you just sell 50% plus. And I do want to switch over to the Binance website real quick. So jumping into the weekly chart, we are potentially printing some sort of a bear pennant over here. As you can see, we have a strong move to the downside, and we have this little symmetrical pattern here, symmetrical triangle. And if we do see a breakout, potentially we can start targeting the 1.414 at $20. Okay, we do have a fib retracement here as well. This is a different one. So we have our swing high over here, November 22nd, and we have a swing low over here in June, which is basically the all-time high and the bottom of last summer's pullback in 2021. And you do get yourself the 1.618 target here at $12.50, slightly below $12.50. And to be honest with you, I do not think we're going to get there. But if Bitcoin starts, dropping to $14,000, then potentially we could get there, right? All I'm saying is that the circumstances would have to be right for Elrond to drop to $12. We can even get a monster wick all the way down here, and we can recover immediately above $35. That is also possible. So if you just want to have some buy limit orders set up in advance, that would be quite smart. But as you can see, we do have two support levels above the 1.618. So we have $20 and we have $27.8 here. So these two levels could obviously hold us if we start dropping from the bear pennant, and we can just consolidate over here and start the next leg up from there. But obviously the 1.618 is something you want to keep an eye on. And if we jump into the weekly RSI, as you can see, we bounce from the 30 level here on the index, and we're starting a move to the upside. Potentially we're going to do something like this, right, and then come back down into the oversold, because you've been printing lower highs ever since February last year. So I'm not expecting us to break the trend anytime soon. We'd have to see more bullish indicators on Bitcoin. Potentially we have bottomed on Bitcoin last month, but we're just going to have to wait and see what happens with the markets. I react to the markets. I'm ready for both outcomes. I'm ready for a pump. I'm ready for a dump. And I think everyone should be. So here on the stochastic, we are starting to recover from the oversold as well. Potentially, we're going to get to the overbought here, but that is not a guarantee. But if we do on the weekly chart, this is a good time to start taking some profits. But I do have the feeling that we're going to have a reversal somewhere down the line in the middle here, and we go back into the oversold. Potentially that's what's going to happen. But I would only advise taking profits, not a financial advice, but only when you're in the overbought here, just to be safe if you're swing trading. But if you're simply looking for a flip or just a quick little trade, then obviously wait for us to get oversold. On the daily chart, as well. That's pretty important, but I would say that we are, yeah, as you can see, we are in the overbought right now on the daily chart. So if you want to trade based on the daily chart, wait until we have a pullback all the way down into the oversold here below the index of 30, and that's when you start entering. And that is pretty much it, guys. Thank you all for watching. If I missed anything important on the chart, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. Feel free to join my Patreon. The link is down below in the description. It's a great way for you to get more exclusive content, low cap gem calls. We have a ton of low cap gems, and we have technical analysis requests by the patrons, video requests, market sentiment analysis, my trade alerts, a whole bunch of stuff is going to be there. So thank you all for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.